Hello YouTube, this is Tim Stanley, your favorite movie critic and movie and TV critic, and today we're talking about Smallville, the complete series, seasons 1 through 10, and also Aquaman the pilot, which even though it only got a pilot episode, I would have liked to see more. But alright, now first, before I get to the review, I'm going to give several shout outs. One to Andy Flores. Again, thank you for subscribing to my page, and also thank you for being one of my best friends. And also, I'm going to give several shout outs, several more. I have several more shout outs. One to my mom. Thank you for buying me the show. Thank you for listening to me about the show. And now here you are, you're going to hear the review if you watch my review. My sister-in-law, thank you for talking to me about the show. Thank you just in general listening to me. It's always nice having someone nice to talk to. And I also want to give a big shout out to the Dead End Boys, Nate Garman, Justin Matthews, Chris Green, which reminds me, even if you don't see this video, I am going to send it to you. So it's kind of a way to say, hey guys, watch this video. You are my best friends. And again, y'all had to listen to me for years talk about the show. So now you're hearing me review the show. So, just saying, just watch it, okay? And also subscribe to my page. And also, anyone else out there, please subscribe to my page. All right, and now on to the review. But also one other quick thing, Michael Rosenbaum, you are one of my favorite Lex Luthors. Just gonna say that before I get on to this review. I would also like, because I know you have your own podcast show, and I know you run it all the time. It's all on Facebook. I also post this on Facebook and on YouTube, and I know you're also on YouTube. If it's at all possible, would you please post this on your channel and tell me what you also think? I mean, yes, I know I'm a nobody, never worked in Hollywood, never have, but I do consider myself a movie and TV critic. All right, now on to the review. Smallville, great show. Tom Welling has Clark Kent / Superman, and yes, even though he wasn't called Superman until the end of the show, which made sense, he did a great job. To me, Michael Rosenbaum, like I mentioned earlier, he did a great job playing Lex Luthor. He is one of the best versions of Lex Luthor that I've ever seen played. He played him as he was Clark's friend. He got to know Clark, and then he got to see what it was like to be Clark, and he became so much that he was jealous of Clark. He wanted that power, and he wanted to do so much with it. And I liked how the show ended with the fact that he wasn't dead. He came back, and oh yes, just to let you know, very big spoilers with this review. So if you are watching and you haven't seen the show, hey, just giving you a little bit of a heads up. But yeah, as I was saying, Lex Luthor was dead, or supposedly dead, by season 8. Then what do you know? By season 10, he comes back, he's a clone. And I actually like the clone part, because that was something that was explored not only in the comic books, but in several other animations and TV shows and what have you. And again, Lex Luthor is just one of my favorite villains. But again, Michael Rosenbaum played him really well and played his character out really well. He was all the time, okay, well, if I do this, then someone's going to do this. It was very much a chess game. And again, yes, I know it was just a script, but he pulled off playing the character very well. Kristen Cruick, I liked how she played Lana Lang. She did a really, really great job. Allison Mack, I liked her version of Chloe Sullivan. Now me, yes, I know enough about the comic books, but I don't know if Chloe, okay, I'll say this much. I don't think Chloe was actually introduced into the comic books until she was introduced on the show, which is not the first time that they've ever done something like that. Back whenever they had the radio show, that's whenever they introduced all the different kinds of kryptonite, which again, I know my Superman history. They introduced the kryptonite, the different types of kryptonite, all the different types of characters. So again, spoiler if you don't know that much about Superman. Here's a little bit of your lesson now. And also again, several other people I'm going to mention that were on the show. Michael Shanks, I think he did a great job of Hawkman whenever they did the JSA / Justice League teaming up and also staying together as a team. And him playing Hawkman was a really good job. Again, just my opinion, but I think he did a really good job. Justin Hartley, who played Green Arrow. He did a really good job as the Immortal Archer. I liked how they went with the costume. I thought it was very cool. It was very much like a Green Arrow that I would expect to see in modern times. But yeah, and overall, I enjoyed how they interpreted some of my favorite villains. Doomsday, Zod, again, has the aforementioned Lex Luthor. I liked actually seeing characters from the Phantom Zone. I liked how they introduced the Phantom Zone. And not only like with the show, a whole review of the show, wherever they started a story, they made sure that they ended it and they connected everything well. Like they introduced Brainiac. They showed how evil he could be, how much of a monster he could be, even though he is just a artificial computer. And I like the fact that he was more organic and it was more of a, best way to describe it was he was more like the T-1000, which I thought would make sense. He is something from Krypton, an advanced civilization. I liked the fact that he went from being Brainiac to Brainiac 5. Again, spoiler alert in this shows. So, and one of my favorite episodes is on the final season is the Homecoming episode, where we see a lot of the reminding of the past, but also a lot of who he's going to become, and see the fact that, yeah, there are people that have been affected by his life, not in bad ways, but in good ways, because of all the things that he has done. And he was finally ready to say, hey, I'm ready to be Superman. So again, if you haven't seen the show, definitely recommend it. If you're a Superman fan, definitely recommend it. The actor Callum Blue, who played a clone version of Zod, and then later on in season 9, he played a clone version of Zod, and he got sent off. He thought he was going to be sent off somewhere at the end of the season finale of season 9, and I'm thankful in the fact that they did this. They ended up putting him into the Phantom Zone. Again, how they tie off everything. By the end of the season 10 episode, where they show him again, him, Aether, and Namek are all in the Phantom Zone. So it's a reference not only to Superman 2, but the fact that they were still trapped in that Phantom Zone forever. And I love that. Like I said, several of the storylines I liked was having the JSA on there, having just showing how Superman came to be. One interesting thing. If you do not know that much about Superman, and again, you can prove me wrong if you know anything about it, this is the only show that I've ever seen of Superman where they had Native American culture introduced into the show. And yes, it was only into the first three seasons, three and four seasons. It still had a lot to do with what happened at the end of the show, because the enemies that they talked about in the cave painting, the Kowachi caves, basically, Lex was the ultimate evil, Clark was the ultimate good. And it makes sense because, again, Clark Kent becomes Superman. I thought that was very, very interesting. Having a cave wall, having the cave paintings, having everything, having the Fortress of Solitude be introduced. Let's see, several other things. Okay, Sam Jones III playing Clark Kent's best friend all through. He played him through 3 seasons, and then we see him again in season 7, but he was still his best friend, and I liked that character. One other character that I thought was interesting was seeing the Veritas and how that was all, and just seeing how that story played out live. So again, watch it not only for the shows, watch it for the storyline, and it does have a little bit of romance. So for those that do like the original, like Lois and Clark TV show, like I do, yes, Lois and Clark do get together. Again, spoiler alert. But I mean, you can't have Lois without Clark, and you can't have Clark without Lois. Oh, Erica Durance, one of my favorite female interpretations of Lois Lane. Just saying that. She is, if not one of my favorites, she is my favorite. I think she did a really great job of playing her, coming in on the 4th season, and then her always being witty with Clark, always, calling him Smallville. It was very much a chemistry that they had at the beginning of season 4. But by the time season 10 ends, you see the fact that, hey, yes, they are in love. They do want to get married. Again, spoiler alert. But overall, my review, Smallville, great TV show. If you get your chance, definitely watch it. Yes, it's 10 seasons, but you will enjoy it. All right, now my last little review. Aquaman, the TV pilot, you're probably going to have to YouTube it, or if you do own Smallville, all 10 seasons, it is on the bonus features. To me, I thought that it was really good. I liked seeing Justin Hartley play Aquaman, or Arthur. I did think it was funny that Vin Rames was his trainer / someone else also from Atlantis, but he's very much, basically to sum up how I think the review of the show, because I also, again, love the movie. If you think about the movie, that's what they did with the show, and they just did little less storyline because, yes, I know they were running off of a TV budget. I think they could have done more with it. I think they could have done more than just a pilot, and I truly think that the only reason why they didn't compete with Smallville is because it's like, okay, well, we already have this one show where this person is already in. By that time, he was in college, and he was still making that transition into becoming Superman, and he was about to even start working for the Daily Planet, which, again, spoiler alert, Clark Kent does eventually work for the Daily Planet. So they didn't want to have another competing episode, which, if they had Aquaman running at the same time, yeah, it would have been the same type of thing. And then it would have been kind of continuity error because they already introduced a Aquaman character, and they brought him back several times. But again, like I said, I overall did enjoy the pilot. I thought it was very good. Okay, and again, if you're not subscribing to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe. And also feel free to leave any comments if you felt like I talked too long, anything like that. Feel free to say anything. So other than that, have a great day.